Well, good evening. I'm your host, Robert Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom, Hypnoacuity, and Pure Liberation Television. Tonight, we're talking about Cowboy Wisdom shows you a better way. And what this is about is there's always a better way, but we try to think and know our way, then we stay stuck in yesterday and we never ever get beyond it. So, as I open my eyes of wise to understand, I really open up to myself and my inner wisdom to experience my dreams my way. And what I'm really talking about is the word help. Are you asking people if they want help for your abilities? Are you asking them because you're comparing them, categorizing them, and and thinking that's where they are and comparing them to your life? But we really try to categorize people, thinking I know everything about people. Then we end up nowhere. But when we can open up to understand there's always a better way, you stop listening for whatever is against you. When you open up to yourself and all your talents, but you're never caught up in what's wrong with you. You look for what's bright within yourself. And that's a bold, rebellious imagination, galvanizing hellraiser's tenacity. Really, we've never ever told ourselves and give ourselves permission to rise above our parents. And that's something you have to be open to, is giving yourself permission. But when you're trying to help people and you think you have something and you're living your life through your viewpoints, opinions, thinking, and knowing mind, you're binded in yesterday. And you're really stuck in yesterday. So you got to open up to today's trend-setting sovereign valor. See, I took the word self and self-worth out of my life because it's a sovereign valor. It gives me a victorious audacity, loving, optimistic, rebellious energy. You got to have a little sassy tenacity in your life to really make you do what you want to do and expand of what you desire to do. I had to adjust my chair. Felt like I was sitting on the floor. Anyway, here's the thing about life. Things are going to occur. Some are good, some of them are bad. But there's no bad. There's always awakenings. But when you're trying to go through something I really expanded out of is the self-help, personal growth, and self-improvement world. They're good, don't get me wrong. But how are you just moving the furniture around? It's your individual innovation. And something I learned today, the CEOs of the world, some of them, they use their intuition and their delegating and relegating agility and ability. They got there, and all they're trying to do is show you a better way. The thing I really enjoy is when somebody talks about how they got there. But no matter what they say, there's one little intrinsic thing they did that was so automatic to them, they never tell it to the world because it was just too automatic. And that's what you got to search out in you when you show yourself a better way. There's some little intrinsic ingenious acumen within you that's going to open you up to something new. But we've been all staying in the background saying, oh my God, what is happening now? It's happening now because it's for you. Something I really woke into Sunday morning and I was out walking. You blame people for everything. I did, but now I don't. Because people, all they did was what was for them. But when somebody did something and I went into the revenge thinking, I missed the wisdom. Anger and frustration are frozen in time of subconscious representations. Intuition, imagination, and listening is now. And there is no such thing as the past. And that's something I really opened up to. There's no existence in the past because it's all happening here. And if you're thinking about it, it happens here. So now when you understand it's here and now, Your Hellraiser's enterprising resolve expands the audacity, naturally dawning, natural optimistic wanderers lure, curiosity, investigating. See, that's something I learned. I really realized I was never curious enough to investigate the occurrences that were going on in front of me. That's what happens when you open up to show there's a better way. No matter how you're doing something and you've got a plan, you got everything figured out, there's always a better way. And that's easy. And whatever you do, always add, that's easy. Because that just takes out the stranglehold of your frozen in time representations that have you held back in yesterday. We're so held back in yesterday, we forget to realize it's now. But self-help, something, they're good. Don't get me wrong. But for me, I'm talking about they were holding me back. And punctuated writings, that has a subconscious orientation to it that you're trying to learn what the author wants you to know and do from their viewpoints, opinions, and limitations. And that's something I really opened up to. I am the limitation in my life. Right now, I'm a limitation for what's ahead of me. Because this is all fresh, garden fresh gumption out here with a sovereign spunk to undo the funk within me. It's about letting go of who I was to be alive like a beehive, buzzing a bold utopian zest, zealously expanding through life with the greatest of ease. How does that feel when you say, I'm alive like a beehive? Say that and see how you feel. I'm alive like a beehive. And all you're doing is buzzing with an innovative intuition that'll rise you out of yesterday. That's where this is. It's all about rising out of yesterday. Because yesterday is today if you're in the complainer's drain. And trust me, I lived in the complainer's drain for many, many, many years. But now that I've expanded out of it, I can't even, I get to make fun of myself when I complain and doing the bitching and belly aching about what's wrong in the world. Now I have the inspiration to speak and express, where am I flying to in this world? How am I opening my eyes of wise to expand through life with the greatest of ease? And that's something I've really expanded into, is the frequency of easy to say that was easy. The frequency of easy flow through my veins of visionary epiphanies, invigorating now-born splendor. You start using words that express like the pristine and all this, you expand of new things in your life. You quit living in yesterday. And that's the thing. A thinking, knowing mind lives in yesterday. And mindset, you're stuck in the same thing that happened. So when you can get a forthright focus or a fervor energy, you can move forward. It's a fervor expansion or a sovereign expansion. But start using words that unleash and unlock and let fly your inner wise to dance with your dreamer's dexterity. It's okay to have dreams. It's okay to experience the dreams. Give yourself permission to dream. It's okay to don the rebellious energy, appreciating my enterprising wizardry. It's all right to use words that are freeing and liberating and expanding. Quit being held captive by your complainer's drain and open up to your prime time, turn-setting imagination, magically expanding through life with the greatest of ease, because you appreciate you. When you can appreciate you, you can expand through life with the greatest of ease. And I am Robert A. Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom, Hypnoacuity, and Pure Liberation Television. This is about liberation. I never do coaching. I do liberation. And it's about you understanding your life is right out here now and forevermore. Thank you and good night.